Right guys, just going to do another little unboxing. Latest Hot Toys figure. See, Back to the Future Part 2 figure of Doc Brown. See, there's the box art. Dr. Brown. Picture of the DeLorean in flight, flying DeLorean, which is quite ironic because I doubt we're going to ever see Hot Toys produce the flying DeLorean. We've seen it at a few conventions and all that, with the Mr. Fusion on the back. But yeah, whether they release one or not in the future, as it were, remains to be seen. I got the original one anyway that they released, which is like really nice. So, you know, failing getting the probably haven't got the room for the other one anyway. So yeah, but yeah, neat box art anyway. Yeah, nothing special like the lightning effect and the special edition, whatever. And yeah, so let's just crack open the cover on Hot Toys. Names. So JC Hong was the I know Wu Cho Jason someone or other was the head sculptor. So letters on the postcard to him if you like the head sculptor or not. The figure still behind the clam showing. The sunglasses, the case with all the money, the individual money from the certain years and all that. Nice. It's like two sets of hands. The paper, Back to the Future 2. The two watches. I think that's the binoculars, futuristic binoculars, and then the sleep inducer. I think that is. It uses on Jennifer at the start of the movie. And there's the I think that's a special item. That's the Walkie-Talkies. I'm still in their packaging, so I don't know if you can get them out or not. If not, I'll just leave them in there and all that. So. But yeah, there's the figure. In that Back to the Future, you know, like yellow, almost goldish, the see-through tie, transparent tie, and then the like Chinese or Japanese lettering on the red shirt. So yeah, let's get the figure out and show you the accessories and the sculpture. So this is the figure, like straight out of the box. I'm just on the stand. You can see it's not your regular Hot Toys stand. It's probably a step up in that department. So like really nice, the Back to the Future logo, and then the metal sticker on the front with the flame effect. So that's really nice. When you're sticking the like the crotch grabber in there, the pole, it is quite stiff to get in there, but just force it a little bit and eventually get in there. So yeah, just looking at the costume, fantastic looking. I've got to say, like, it's been faithfully reproduced so well here. The boots look really fantastic. It's not actual laces, but it's been painted so well that it actually does appear. I thought they were actual laces to start with, which would have been a change of tack from Hot Toys, but it is just all sculpted, but it's so well done that it does actually look like laces when you initially see it. The leggings, which are really nice, underneath there, and then the clothing, the coat obviously, and as you can see, it's quite a shelf stealer, the figure. This is just a look at the head sculpt. Not bad, you know, not bad. Not 100%, is it? I don't know about and the expression as well, the open-mouthed expression. It's done nicely and all that, but I don't know, I suppose that is kind of restrictive. I think it's such an extreme pose. You're maybe going to be restricted in the poses that you can do. Some of the complaints is he doesn't look old enough, and yeah, I'd probably go along with that. Hot Toys have got a really great record, in my opinion, of doing older sculpts of like older people. Come to mind thinking of Michael Caine as Alfred, the Back to the Future figure that they've done. I thought that was an amazing sculpt. The Stan Lee figure, which again an amazing sculpt, an older guy. And the old Han Solo, Harrison Ford, I thought that was a magnificent sculpt. But yeah, so as I say, it's not bad, and as I say, that expression is very specific and all that. It's kind of like the figure that you kind of like wish that it came with two head sculpts, a more neutral sculpt, and you know, it's got that look of them. It's just going to be fixed with that look of amazement and all that. So you might be a little bit restricted with posing options in that way. So, but yeah, you can definitely see the likeness and all that. And from certain angles, it does look really good and all that. And in person, yeah, it's not bad. But as I say, it's just not quite. It's not quite there. But yeah, it's I suppose it's as good as we could have expected, really. I suppose they might have done a little bit better, but the clothing is fantastic. It's even got the lining, which is faithfully reproduced. And I had a slight criticism when I first saw the figure that this wasn't. It was more like a gold, yellowy gold sort of colour, and in the pictures it just looked like flat out yellow. But there is a tint. There is a tinge, I don't know if it come through in the picture, of that gold, so it does look quite accurate, the coat actually. Flip him around a bit. Whoop. Yeah, so that's really fantastic. And as I say, the boots and the leggings and all that, the clothing is really magnificent. And if you notice as well, the hands are specially sculpted to like they look like old man's hands, like the veins and all that, and like the age spots and all that. I don't know if you'll be able to pick that up, but they do look like old guys' hands. And the forearms as well have been specially sculpted to also resemble like an older person's forearms, like the saggy skin, I guess. So yeah, the clothing and as I say, the detailing on the hands and all that, and the boots and all that are really fantastic. And as I say, this will be a real like shelf stealer. Just standing there on his own and from a certain distance, it does look really, really fantastic and all that. And so the sculpt, I don't know what they could have done with maybe a slightly more furrowed brow. He kind of like, I'm sure he did pull off that kind of like look of amazement on his face. That's what they've gone for. But he also, Christopher Lloyd in the films, he also had that furrowed brow expression that he was like slightly, it was like a cross between confusion and amazement sort of thing, all at the same time. So he's kind of like got such a charismatic face. Maybe it was kind of like hard to pull off and all that. Maybe the eyes should be bulging out a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, I can live with the sculpts. Yeah, as I say, it's not 100% there, but no, it's not bad. It's not bad, and you can kind of like see, and because it's such a dramatic expression as well, you can kind of like excuse them a bit. If it was more of a neutral expression, like the sculpt might have been a bit closer and all that. You've got to think of Christopher Lloyd in that specific expression. But as I say, yeah, I don't think it looks old enough from like initial expression, but it's not bad nevertheless. But as I say, the clothing and the boots and that stand is, you know, they've really done well there. So yeah, let's just get the accessories out. So show you what you got. Accessories in front of the figure. That's the real standout accessory, in my opinion. The case with all the money behind the plastic covers, and kind of like be ashamed to display it just with him sort of like holding it or whatever, because they've done a really good job. It's actual individual like notes in there, stuff like that. I don't know how many there seems like maybe 5 or 6 different notes behind each little bit. So yeah, that's really well done. And I guess you're thinking, where are the little labels to say what year the money comes from? You actually get that on a separate piece. So yeah, so you just get the labels, the accessories and all that, and there's the so you can put the emergency cache on the case and all that. And I'm not sure, I'm not an expert on money, so I'm hoping I'm even going to have to use the movie as a reference, or hopefully the instructions, like one time when the instructions might come in handy to actually tell me what year to put with which money, because as I say, I wouldn't be able to do it just looking at those cards. I don't know if they match up like they are at the moment like that, but yeah, so I'm just going to have to look into that and yeah, stick the old labels on. Oh yeah, I forgot to there's the extra hands, so you only get 2 sets of extra hands. You get, that looks like a trigger, I don't know why you'd have, I don't think you'd fired a gun in it, and then like a pointing hand sort of thing, another relaxed hand, and then like a closed grasping hand. So yeah, for various uses. Then you get the walkie-talkies, that's the exclusive one. You can just flip that up like that, it's not packed in there or anything, so you don't have to rip it open, so you can just, and then get the walkie-talkies out if you so wish. Then the hypnotizer or sleep inducer, you can actually articulate these, you know, into positions that you want and all that. The binoculars, futuristic binoculars that he uses. Then the 2 watches that he wears. The only guy that can get away with wearing 2 watches, I reckon. I'm going to have to use some source material to remind me which hand they go on, because they're 2 different designs. And then the newspaper you've jailed, obviously in Back to the Future 2. And it's all it's actually detailed, all the pages in. Like if you had a magnifying glass, I don't know if you could read all that, but as you can see, it's an actual, it is an actual 1/6 newspaper. It's not just the front, like all these bits as well. So that's real attention to detail. And then the glasses, obviously, where it's pretty iconic to the look. So yeah, a nice lot of accessories. As I say, the money case is really outstanding, and the actual little pieces of money. And as I say, I'm going to have to label it up so it's screen accurate and all that, but I'll get around to doing that in a minute. So so yeah, I'll just show you with I guess with the shades on and all that. I suppose that's a look that some people. Okay guys, so that's with the shades on. I think I've got them about straight, maybe not, but yeah, they just there's like a little point in the back of the hairline there that they just seem to clip into and all that. So I think that one maybe needs to go a little bit higher up or something. But yeah, so you can kind of like use that little clip in the back to like push them up if you want. So I'm going to have to fiddle around with that a little bit more. They're coming off again. But yeah, once you figure that out and all that, it'll look pretty cool and all that. Because yeah, maybe the eyes are throwing the sculpt off a little bit. But yeah, I'll just show you how he looks like in the DeLorean. I know a lot of people have got the DeLorean and we're thinking if Doc would fit inside, because it's quite a tight squeeze for Marty, and he's like a really small 1/6 figure. Obviously this guy's a lot bigger. Oh yeah, and I'll show him like side by side with Marty. Obviously I've got the Back to the Future 2 figure, and so yeah, as I expected, that's the figure as in the car as he will get. And as I say, Marty was a bit of a tight squeeze as it was, and he is like a really short figure. Obviously Doc Brown, based on Christopher Lloyd, is quite a big figure, probably like 6 foot or something. And as you can see, he fits in the car, but the door, no, there's a little bit of headroom issue, to say the least. I might try a little trick there by removing the boots. The boots are quite big and bulky, obviously, and they obviously he'd be able to sit further down in the car if I take the boots off. So even with the boots off, guys, and incidentally he's got long foot pegs. What's the point of interest? Yeah, even with the boots off, he does sit down a little bit further down in the car, but it's still not enough. As I say, Marty is like, he just about fits in there, and as I say, he's like one of the smallest 1/6 figures that you can get. And as you can see, again, the door closes a little bit further, but not all the way. So yeah, that's kind of like going to be a bit of a bugbear for a lot of collectors. But you can still display the figure kind of like with the door open, if you like, with him just stepping out of the car or whatever. But there is definitely a headroom issue. I don't know if you could. You can also. I think it might be a problem with the steering wheel is in the way as well. I mean, I don't know how you could really get around this. Maybe get rid of the lower part of the leg, the calf area. You can usually detach from Hot Toys figures and make this figure fit in there even more. That's one possibility. But yeah, so that is a bit of a shame, guys, that you can't actually place your Doc Brown in the DeLorean, as well, either Doc Brown's too big or the DeLorean's too small. I think the latter of the two, personally. So yeah, but that's how he looks like in the car anyway. But he's I think he's going to have to get a convertible. Or posing possibility to just put the glasses on and then kind of like flip them up. That's quite a possibility. As I can say, it kind of like shields the eyes a little bit, and I think that makes the skull maybe look a little bit better. That's the extent of how high the arm can get up, so you can't actually have him like holding the glasses up to his head or whatever. It is quite restrictive in the arm movement for some reason. I'm not sure if that's the clothing or the body underneath, but certainly it is restrictive in the arm articulation, I'm finding. So yeah, I'll just show you in with my Marty figures. Okay guys, so there's Marty from part 2, sorry. Yeah. And the old hoverboard there. That's nice. And then I'll show you the part 1. Okay, so there's Doc off his base and standing side by side with the Marty from part 1. Really great figure, that one. And as you can see, Doc is way taller. Which is about right, isn't it? I mean, Michael J. Fox is quite diddy, isn't he? About 5'5" or 5'6", something like that. And I think Christopher Lloyd was over 6 foot, 6'1" maybe. So yeah, that's probably about right. He does look like a giant actually next to him. So yeah, yeah. So that's just my little unboxing and little mini review, guys, of the figure. You know, some good, some bad. As I say, the accessories are fantastic, especially the money box, the clothing and the boots, especially little leggings and all that. The tie, I mean, Hot Toys quality, which means they're like first rate and all that. And the sculpts as well. It's not that bad actually. I don't know how it'll come over in the video, but certainly it's, you know, it's not one that will kind of like get on your nerves. I mean, it's got a lot of hate and all that on the forums especially, but I don't think it's as bad as what it may appear. It's certainly, it's not quite there, and you know, it's not one of their best efforts, Hot Toys, but it's not that bad. And as I say, I like the pose with the glasses. They're a pain to get in place, especially one-handed. Actually nigh on impossible one-handed. Yeah, they're not on right. They're not on right, but yeah, so you can have them like flipped up or covering the eyes or whatever. So as I say, I mean, I can't put my finger on why the sculpt is not quite right, because like all the features are pretty much bang on. I think it's just because it's such an extreme expression that he's got in his face, and maybe it doesn't look old enough, and like maybe like with more of a furrowed brow and all that, you kind of had that furrowed brow shocked expression throughout most of the films. But yeah, it's not a bad effort from Hot Toys, and yeah, and the fact that he can't get in the DeLorean and close the door will maybe get on a few people's nerves, which maybe indicates that the DeLorean is maybe not quite scaled right. So as I say, I thought it might be, because as I say, Marty just about gets in there, and as you can see, the height difference for the figures and the width as well, much bigger body there. So yeah, thanks for viewing that, guys. Don't know how long I've been waffling on now for, but yeah, I'm certainly happy with the figure, and as I say, it looks great posed up on the shelf and all that, and you know, the clothing and the boots and whatnot, the accessories are really top notch. So yeah, hopefully you won't be disappointed if you get one yourself, guys. But yeah, thanks for viewing that.